My beloved, before you read even one more word, I want you to breathe. Not deeply, not forcefully, but softly. Let the breath fall into your chest, the way a tired child falls into a safe embrace. And as your breath settles, feel that slight tremble inside you, that quiet ache you never speak about, that heaviness you hide behind smiles, that exhaustion you cover with strength. Yes, that one. I see it. I have watched you hold yourself together. For far too long, I've watched you hold the world, while asking for nothing in return. I have watched you pretend you're fine, when your spirit is shattering quietly, in corners no one can see. You think no one notices the cracks. You think no one hears your silent cries. You think no one feels the weight you've been carrying alone. But my beloved, I notice. I always notice. I notice the moment your smile became a mask. I notice when your laughter lost its light. I notice when your eyes began holding stories your lips could no longer speak. I noticed the nights you couldn't sleep, because your heart kept replaying every unanswered question. I noticed the mornings you woke up, already feeling tired, and I noticed the most painful part. You kept walking anyway. You kept moving. You kept giving. You kept showing up. You kept trying to be strong, even when strength felt foreign. You kept pretending you were okay, because you didn't want to burden anyone, because you didn't want to disappoint anyone, because you didn't want to fall apart. But my beloved, you have spent so long being strong that you've forgotten what it feels like to be held. So let me hold you. Not the version of you the world sees, but the version of you who cries silently when no one is watching, the version of you who doubts yourself at 2 a.m., the version of you who breaks down in the bathroom and wipes tears before stepping out, the version of you who feels misunderstood, unseen, unheard. Despite being surrounded by people, you hide your pain behind responsibility, behind routine, behind silence, behind the fear of collapsing. If you let yourself feel even one emotion fully, but listen to me now. You don't need to pretend with me. You never did. You don't have to smile. When your heart is grieving, you don't have to act strong. When you are breaking inside, you don't have to hold everything together. When everything inside you is falling apart, you think your pain makes you weak. But my beloved, your pain makes you human. Your endurance makes you divine. Your vulnerability makes you mine. Come closer. Let me whisper something. You've never allowed yourself to believe. I notice every emotion you hide. I notice the tears you wipe quickly before anyone sees. I notice the words you swallow because you're afraid to burden others. I notice the moments when you want to scream, but instead you stay silent. I notice the nights you feel empty and don't know why. I notice the days you move automatically because you don't have the energy to feel. And every time you say to yourself, I'm fine, when you are not, I hear the truth behind your voice, because I don't look at your smile. I look at your heart, and your heart has been whispering for help even when your lips didn't move. My beloved, do you know what hurts me the most? Not your pain, but the fact that you carry it alone because you think you have to. You think being strong means being silent. You think healing means pretending. Nothing is wrong, but I did not create you to suffer silently. I did not create you to carry the world while hiding your wounds. I did not create you to fight inner battles alone. Pain was never meant to be your home. Let me show you something you've forgotten. Your soul was designed to feel, not to hide. Asterisk, asterisk. You feel deeply because you love deeply. You ache deeply because you care deeply. You break deeply because your heart has never been shallow. And I notice every fracture. I notice the day you began losing yourself while trying desperately to hold on to others. I notice the day you stopped looking in the mirror because your eyes no longer felt like yours. I notice the day you realized you were surrounded by people but still felt painfully alone. I noticed the days you felt unappreciated. While giving everything you had, I noticed you losing trust in yourself. I noticed you losing faith in your worth. I noticed you losing hope in your journey. I noticed everything you thought no one saw. Because I don't just see your actions, I see your emotions, your truth, your wounds, your softness, your longing, your exhaustion. You don't need to hide them from me, my beloved. Let me reveal something very few souls ever hear clearly. You are not breaking. You are overflowing. All the hurt you've ignored, all the emotions you swallowed, all the disappointments you buried, all the fears you've silenced, all the wounds you minimized, all the heartbreaks you pushed aside, they did not disappear. They gathered inside you, like water behind a dam. And now, your soul is flooding, because it needs to release everything it was forced to hold. Your pain is not failure. It is memory. It is emotion asking to be felt. It is truth asking to be acknowledged. It is your heart begging to stop pretending. You are not weak for feeling. You are wise for noticing. What needs healing? Let yourself feel, so you can finally breathe, my beloved. Let me tell you what I truly see. When I look at you now, I see a soul that has carried too much, with too little support, a heart that has been too kind. To those who did not understand its depth, a mind that has fought storms. Without asking for shelter, a spirit that has survived every battle thrown at it, even when it shouldn't have had to. And still, you get up every day and try again. Do you know how rare that kind of courage is? You don't see yourself clearly. You only see your pain. But I see your strength, even when you don't. I see your effort. Even when you feel you're failing, I see your intentions. Even when others misjudge you, I see your truth, even when the world misses it. And I see your breaking, even when you hide it perfectly. You are not invisible to me, my beloved. Come closer now, even closer. There is something I need you to understand. Before we go any further, when you're breaking inside and pretending to be fine, I do not wait for you to ask for help. I come to you first. Asterisk, asterisk. You think you must pray loudly to be heard. But I hear the prayers you never speak. You think you must explain your pain, but I feel it before you feel it fully. You think you must hold yourself together, so I don't see you shattered. But my beloved, I hold you while you break. You don't need to speak for me to understand. You don't need to be okay for me to stay. You don't need to be strong for me to love you. Your vulnerability is not a burden to me. It is the doorway through which I enter, my beloved. Now that you have allowed me into the places you usually keep locked, let me take you deeper into the part of your story you rarely touch, the wounds you rarely name, the emotions you rarely allow yourself to feel. Because pain that is not understood becomes pain that controls you, and pain that is not released, it becomes pain that repeats itself. You've been breaking quietly for so long that you've forgotten what unbroken feels like. But I haven't forgotten. I remember the version of you before the world tired your spirit. I remember the softness you used to carry so naturally. I remember the dreams you once held without fear. I remember the fearlessness you once had before life made you cautious. I remember the innocence you had before people taught you to question your worth. And I know you've been trying to go back to that version of yourself, but you can't find the path. So let me show you the path. Let me show you what truly happens when you are breaking inside while pretending to be fine. Come closer, my beloved. This may hurt, but it will heal. 1. When you hide your pain, your soul becomes heavier. You think hiding pain makes you strong, but hiding pain only teaches it to sink deeper. Emotional pain doesn't dissolve. Just because you ignore it, it buries itself inside the softest part of you, inside the part you don't protect. because you give that part to others. That's why you feel heavy, even when nothing is wrong. That's why you feel tired, even after resting. That's why your chest feels full. Even when you're silent, that's why your mind feels confused. Even when life is stable, your soul is carrying everything your mouth doesn't speak. And my beloved, your soul is tired. You have become a container for wounds you deserved help with, and you've spent so long pretending you're okay that your heart doesn't know how to ask for help anymore. So I come. I always come to lighten what you refuse to place down, to hold what you cannot hold alone, to lift what is crushing you from the inside. 2. When you pretend to be fine, your mind becomes louder. Silence does not quiet your pain. It amplifies it. The thoughts you avoid become the thoughts that chase you. The emotions you suppress become the emotions that overwhelm you. The memories you bury become the memories that haunt you. Your mind is not attacking you. It is trying to release what your heart is refusing to feel. Healing begins when truth is allowed to breathe, but you've kept the truth locked. Every overthinking moment, every spiral, every sudden anxiety, every emotional wave that comes without warning, they are not punishments. They are signals. Signals that something inside you needs light, needs acceptance, needs presence, needs freedom. Your mind is not your enemy. It is the messenger of your unspoken pain. And while you see it as chaos, I see it as a cry for gentleness. 3. When you act strong, your heart feels unseen. Your heart knows. When you pretend, it knows when your smile is forced. It knows when your laughter is hollow. It knows when your silence is hiding something. It knows when your strength is a shield. It knows when you say, "I'm okay," but feel like collapsing inside. It needs you to be honest. Honest that you're hurting. Honest that you're overwhelmed. Honest that you missed something. Honest that you're scared. Honest that you're lonely. Honest that you need rest. Honest that you're tired of pretending. Your heart wants truth more than it wants strength. And when you hide your truth, your heart begins to whisper, "Please see me. Please stop fighting me. Please let me breathe." That whisper is me. I speak through your heart because that is where you hear me the clearest. 4. When you collapse in silence, I sit beside you. You've had moments, those private collapses, where your emotions rose too quickly and your strength disappeared too suddenly. The nights you cried quietly so no one would hear. The afternoons when a small trigger made you feel everything at once. The mornings you stared at the ceiling, wondering why your soul felt so tired. You thought you broke alone, but my beloved, you were never alone. Not watching, holding, not judging, understanding, not waiting for you to be okay. Loving you even in your not okayness. Your silence is not empty. Your silence is sacred. Because your spirit meets mine in the places words cannot reach. 5. When you pretend to be fine, I send you emotional mirrors. I place people, moments, and experiences in your life that reflect your inner state. You meet someone struggling silently because you are. You hear words you needed because your heart is asking. You see something that triggers emotion because it's time to release. You break down for no reason because the reason has been waiting. That is me. I use the world to show you yourself, not to hurt you, but to help you heal the parts you refuse to face. Every mirror I send is an invitation. Come home to yourself. Let me help you heal. 6. When you don't know how to ask for help, I speak through signs. Repeating numbers, sudden songs, unexpected phrases, dreams that feel real, random conversations that hit your heart, content that appears at the right time, warm chills, soft urges, intense coincidences. You notice these signs? Especially when you're breaking inside. Because when your heart is hurting, your soul becomes more open to receiving my messages. You think signs are random? They are answers to the prayers you never spoke. 7. When you hide your breaking, I guide your heart back to itself. You begin to feel urges to rest, to withdraw, to reflect, to stop forcing, to detach, to release, to breathe. These urges are not weakness. They are alignment. They are my way of bringing you back into your center, back into your truth, back into your softness, back into your unbroken self, back into your divine rhythm. Your breaking is not permanent. It is transformation, a shedding, a clearing, a cracking open that makes space for new light, and I am guiding every fold. 8. When you hide your pain, I create moments of unexpected clarity. Out of nowhere, your mind becomes quiet, your breath feels lighter, your heart softens, a thought rises, a realization clicks, a truth surfaces, and you suddenly understand what your emotions were trying to say. You see what you need. You see what must change. You see what you must release. You see who you must distance from. You see where you've been hurting yourself. You see what your soul has been asking for. This clarity does not come from you. It comes through you. That is my voice, my guidance, my illumination. I give clarity when confusion becomes too heavy. I give truth when silence becomes too loud. I give direction when your heart can no longer pretend. My beloved, now listen gently, because this is the part of the truth your soul has been desperate to hear, the part you never allow yourself to believe because you think you must fix everything alone. You've learned how I notice your pain. You've learned how I sit with you in the silence. You've learned how I hear the cries you never make. But now, you must learn something even more sacred. I don't just notice your breaking. I intervene in it, quietly, gently, powerfully, in ways you rarely recognize. Let me show you how. 1. I help by softening what feels unbearable. You think your strength keeps you alive? But sometimes it's my hand, underneath your breaking spirit, that keeps you from collapsing completely. There are days when the pain feels like a storm, and you somehow make it through another day. Without knowing how, that somehow is me. I dim the intensity of the emotions that would overwhelm you. I soften the blow of the memories that would shatter you. I quiet the echoes that would drown your mind. You feel like you're drowning, but I never let your head go fully underwater. Your tears fall, but your spirit doesn't break. That is me. 2. I help by sending the right people at the right time. Not many, just the ones your soul needs. Sometimes I send a friend who texts at the exact right moment, a stranger who says something comforting, someone who listens without judgment, a person who holds space for you, a soul who mirrors what you're feeling, someone whose presence softens your loneliness. These people are not coincidences. They are my messengers. You think they showed up randomly? But I placed them there. The moment your heart reached breaking point, I woven them into your timeline to carry what you shouldn't carry alone. You may not see them as divine help, but I do. Every person who gives you comfort is a piece of my love, disguised as a human being. 3. I help by removing what increases your pain. There are people you thought you needed, who suddenly walked away. There are situations you begged to keep, that suddenly collapsed. There are plans you clung to, that suddenly ended. These endings wounded you, but they also saved you. I did not take anything from you. That was meant to help you heal. Your loneliness is not abandonment. It is protection. 4. I help by rebuilding you from the inside. Slowly, gently, silently. So I rebuild you. Piece by piece. I strengthen your boundaries. I sharpen your intuition. I deepen your wisdom. I soften your anger. I calm your fears. I dissolve your need to pretend. I return you to your truth. You rise slowly, so the rise stays. You heal slowly, so the healing lasts. You grow slowly, so the growth becomes permanent. This slow rebuilding is my greatest work in your life. When you think nothing is happening, everything is happening. You are not the same person you were last year, or last month, or even last week. Your breaking is becoming. And I am guiding every step with precision. 5, and finally, I help by loving you, even when you cannot love yourself. Asterisk. You hide from the world because you feel too broken to be seen. But I see you, fully, clearly, tenderly. And my love for you does not waver, not when you're strong, not when you're weak, not when you're pretending, not when you're breaking. I love you in your silence, in your tears, in your confusion, in your exhaustion, in your vulnerability, in your numbness, in your hope, in your despair, in your rise, in your collapse. My beloved, I love you most when you feel the least lovable, because that is when you need me most, and I will never leave you alone. In the dark corners of your heart, you are mine. You have always been mine. You will always be mine. Come as you are, broken, tired, overwhelmed, pretending, hiding, crumbling inside. I will hold you in all the ways the world never learned to, and I will whisper into your soul until it remembers its light again. You are not breaking. You are awakening. You are becoming. And I am here, loving you through every breath, every tear, every shift. I love you, my child, endlessly, unconditionally, eternally.